love LeBron. I'm a LeBron fan, but at times he doesn't, bring it the way we want him to bring it.
Yeah.
Like James Harden. We want James Harden to bring it.
That's
We
right.
know what he can do. We want to see that. We like, come on, James. We need this game. I want to see you take over this game.
Yeah, y'all just heard that correctly. Tim Hardaway Sr. really just compared LeBron James to James Harden. And listen, the internet is already going crazy over it. And man, it's honestly going to be a wild day once LeBron James finally retires, because every single summer when his season ends, the media starts throwing his name around non-stop. I'm talking about article after article dropping ever since the Oklahoma City Thunder sent them boys packing. And hold up, because we still got multiple fire playoff series happening right now. So honestly, I don't even get why LeBron James keeps ending up as the main topic every single day. And on top of that, we've had a few different people lately stepping out and throwing subtle shots his way too. But listen, are they actually making valid points though? Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button to stay locked in for all the updates. Now let's go ahead and get into this video.
I want to ask you, because we've been getting a lot of different opinions of top 5 all the time. And I know everyone's list is different.
Oh, God.
I know. I
Here we
can already
go.
see by
Look,
your
see,
face.
he's already telling
Stop.
me no.
Hold on, give me a second. Because just the last 2 guys we interviewed, older gentlemen, they didn't have LeBron James in the top 5, which I think is crazy. But everyone's different. Everyone's list is different. So I got to ask you, give me a top 5. Who's your top 5?
I tell you this, everybody's top 5 is different. And it's no disrespect to LeBron James. LeBron, I'm going to tell you this, playing at 41 and doing what he's doing at 41 and flying around the court. And, he's talking about they made him the third option. He was number 2 option, at times number 1 option. So, I mean, what he has done, I mean, it's very, very remarkable. But, I mean, you get Michael. I still say Kobe. I still say Magic, and I still say Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And then, you go from there. You got Hakeem Olajuwon. You got Shaquille O'Neal. You can pick whoever you want.
Now, I'm not even gonna lie, the man does have a point. You can put whoever you want in your top 5 when somebody asks for your list, but at the same time, your opinion has to actually make sense. Because listen to this, you can't just start throwing random names around without backing it up. But I'm not gonna lie, some of the names he picked definitely felt a little biased to me. Now, Shaquille O'Neal probably would have been my go-to, but his work ethic is honestly what stopped him from reaching that level permanently. And I just can't place him over players who stayed locked in and consistently put the work in year after year. At some point, we gotta hold Shaquille O'Neal accountable for that. And another thing, how are you putting multiple players in your top 5 when a huge part of their success came from playing together? I'm talking about Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal, then Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Magic Johnson. In my opinion, somebody has to be the clear 1A in those situations, especially when the criteria he's using still not really adding up all the way. But at the end of the day, I'm not mad at the names that made the list.
I think these guys, what they talking about, they go by championships, and they go by, the killer tenacity that these guys had, like Magic, Michael, Kareem, Kobe. They had killer instinct. They came out and they didn't let their team wilder. They gave their team confidence. And I think at times, LeBron, I love LeBron. I'm a LeBron fan, but at times he doesn't, bring it the way we want him to bring it.
Yeah.
Like James Harden. We want James Harden to bring it.
That's
We
right.
know what he can do. We want to see that. We like, come on, James. We need this game. I want to see you take over this game. And then sometimes he like, and that's the way we feel with LeBron at times. That's all.
Man, I still cannot believe Tim Hardaway Sr. really sat there and tried to compare LeBron James to James Harden. And look, James Harden is an all-time great offensive player, so this ain't even me trying to disrespect him. I rock with bro, and I'm not even about to start digging through his resume just to make him look bad. I'ma just leave that alone and keep it pushing. But hold up, because that revisionist history Tim Hardaway Sr. was talking about had me looking confused. That man really sat there and said the players he named never let their teams down. So what, that means they were undefeated every season they played in the league? Because that's just flat out not true. You got Michael Jordan, who didn't even win a playoff series early in his career and had a rough playoff record before Scottie Pippen showed up. Then you got Kobe Bryant, who blew a 3-1 lead as the #1 option and caught major criticism during that Phoenix Suns series. And who forgot about when Magic Johnson was getting called Tragic Johnson after those playoff struggles? Then you got Shaquille O'Neal, another name he mentioned, who lost in the finals during one of the biggest upsets in NBA history. And after that, bro was bouncing from team to team late in his career, looking completely different from prime Shaq. Meanwhile, LeBron James definitely had that terrible meltdown against the Dallas Mavericks, and yeah, he's also lost 6 finals. But if we're being real about pure basketball resume from start to finish, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar honestly might have the cleanest case out of everybody. From high school dominance to college, all the way into the NBA, his resume is ridiculous. If anybody should seriously be getting that GOAT label off pure accomplishments, it might honestly be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Dude, is it true that you thought that or think that Penny and Grant Hill in their prime were just as good or better than LeBron?
Yeah.
Because by the way, I think you can throw two, like all those guys, and I love those
Look
guys.
how happy Chandler just got.
Penny was one of my goats. Yeah.
Hey, I tell you, man, I played against Penny. I'm gonna tell you, man, if Penny didn't get hurt, him and Michael Jordan would be like 1-2 MVPs in the league. 1-2 MVP in the league. That's how Penny was. Penny could shoot, defend, rebound, pass. He was like Magic, but he could score.
Man, I can't believe we're back on this revisionist history talk. He literally just described LeBron James while trying to break down Anthony Hardaway in that same argument. And look, Penny was great, but he was not Kobe. Anthony Hardaway came into the league more as that secondary option type of guy, but Kobe Bryant came in straight up as a first option talent and didn't really take that backseat role until later on. So if we're saying Penny was that guy when he and Shaquille O'Neal made it to the finals and came up short, then by that same logic, you can't just crown him GOAT. Ain't this what people always say though? If you lose in the finals, it somehow hurts your whole legacy. So how are we even putting him in that conversation at all? That's the standard people keep throwing around, so that's what we have to go off of. Because if that's the case, then Paul George could have been an all-time great too if he never suffered that injury and kept dominating both sides of the floor. And if he was averaging 30 plus every year. Like, bro, we can't keep living in what-if scenarios. There are plenty of talented guys who had a couple strong seasons and then just faded out of the league. You can't just hand out imaginary careers and act like that's reality. If we didn't see it and they weren't available, we can't treat it as fact. But one thing about LeBron James is you don't have to guess anything about his production. You can literally go back and watch it or see it happening right now. And you have to give him credit because the best ability really is availability. He showed up consistently and gave his teams elite production and leadership. Now, me personally, I couldn't disagree more with where some of these players are being ranked, but if you're gonna set a criteria, then you better stick to it because I'm holding you to that standard. Make sure it actually matches the players you're putting on that list. Now, I wanna know from y'all in the comments who your top 5 are. Let's see if it actually makes sense or not. Appreciate y'all for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like button, and all of that. I'll catch y'all in the next video. I'm out.